He said, your guess is as good as mine. I said, I ain't going to guess. I said, Bob can't read his own mind there. I've heard him. There's 4 or 5 of them in there one day. I've got the wrong book, got the right verse, I've got the wrong book. Let me read this to you. Psalms chapter number 26 and verse number 2, if I can ever get there. Say, why don't you just read what you got wrote down there? That'd be cheap. If you can't judge yourself or you can't examine yourself, Psalm 26, he said, judge me, O Lord, for I have walked in my integrity. I've trusted also in the Lord, therefore I shall not slide. Examine me, O Lord, and prove me. You see that? There it is again. God, if God examines you, then He's going to prove you too. They were singing about God walking with them. God walking with me. I feel no fear when Jesus walks beside me. Thank God, it'd be good and sweet and wonderful. He's there all the time. And you knew that He was there all the time. He is there all the time. But sometimes He wants you to walk along. You say, why? Because He wants to prove you. I'm telling you, I walked out to a graveyard one day and buried a little girl and left my wife grieving in the hospital, and God was nowhere around. I couldn't find Him. Then some young ladies got up and they said, what do you want us to do, Brother Daniel? I said, sing Amazing Grace. They started singing Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see. Well, when they got to that verse, I mean, that word that said I was blind, but now, the earth stopped rotating on its axis. God stepped down from heaven. He didn't unzip the zipper there, but He just parted the water hither and that way and this way, and He looked down at me there and just kind of said, I'm still here. So what happened? The scales fell off my eyes and I could see Him again. How sweet, how wonderful it was. You say that make everything all right? That made everything okey-dokey. It did. I'm telling you, when He was there, He said, prove me. Try my reins and my heart. For thy loving kindness is before mine eyes. I have walked in thy truth. I've not sat with vain persons, neither will I go with the dissemblers. Say, what are they? Those are the ones that are trying to run everybody off and trying to get a hold of the ones that are assembled and dissembled.
Yes, sir.
Amen. That's the troublemakers. Yep. That's the whisperers. That's the murmurers. That's the backbiters. Stay away from them. I have hated the congregation of evildoers and will not sit with the wicked. I'll wash my hands in innocency, so will I compass thine altar, O Lord, that I may publish with the voice of thanksgiving and tell of all thy wondrous works. Lord, I have loved the habitation of thy house. Oh, I'm so glad we got to come to this. It's been so sweet already. From the time we started praying this morning, even up until now. God just filled me. He's helped me. He may not help you, but He's helped me. Say, was it worth the trip? Oh, yep. I stood on my head and rolled on a roller skate all the way up here. Amen.
Amen.
Listen, He said, I've loved the habitation of thy house and the place where thine honor dwelleth. Examine me, O Lord. You're going to become a backslider. We used to sing, we used to have a saying, and when my hair was long and I wear no shoes and had my pinstripe bell bottoms on, my crushed velvet shirt with the sleeves ripped out, and and shook my old long hair rebellion there and used to shake my fist and saying, "There's no hope without dope." Amen. With Jerry Rubin and Abby Hoffman and all the other Chicago Nine out there in Chicago and Grant Park and North Avenue Park and Lincoln Park. I'd ride out with all that mess that was going on then, and rioting with them, and smoking dope and dropping acid and doing all that stuff, and just hated everybody in the establishment. As long as I get high, that's all I want. Listen, I don't want to be a backslider. I don't want to be a quitter. What are you becoming? You say, "Well, I used to be right with God." Some of you in here, I'm glad to see you back. Amen? I've seen you in, seen you out, seen you back in. I'd like to see you in forever. Some of you are still here in body. You're still sitting there, but you're long gone in here. And in here, you're long gone. So there's that. I remember how it was. Oh boy, when I did 18, I can do anything I want to. If I can't do it at 18, I can do it at 21. Hey, I got a birthday coming up in a couple of weeks. I'll be 59.
Yeah.
You say, what about it? I don't like it. Birthdays. Little kids. You know what I've become? My two sons, or daughter-in-law went by the other son's house there and took her kids, and the least little grandson's starting to walk. And he hadn't been walking too long there, but he walks around like this. They called me up on the phone and said, "Dad, he looks just like you." He says his hair messed up. He looks like Dad when he comes stumbling out of his room in the morning. When he come over there. Except his hair is all messed up like his. That's what I've become. Just a doddering old fool. That's all I am. That's all right. As long as I still know who Jesus is, just leave me alone. Amen. I'll be all right. You say, what do you want to be? 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse number 14 and 15. He said, "I seek not yours, but you." Amen. I'm not seeking your goods. I'm not seeking your money. I'm just seeking you. I'm more interested in the people. I know some missionaries that's turned into moochionaries. Amen. I know some evangelists there that they want to come by your house and say, "Let me in that garage there and see what you got in there." Well, I wish I had one of them.
Yeah.
Of course, I know I really wish God would give you a bigger one so you could give me that one. But really in his heart, he's saying, "I wish you was dead. And I inherited that." That's what they're really saying. Trying to get what you got. See, I mean, just drooling. How come you get this stuff first? I don't want to become that. I got enough junk to try to keep up with. Amen. I've had 3 vehicles up on blocks at the same time. I've been a rich hillbilly one time. I had 3 vehicles up on blocks there and didn't have one wheel on each car. Listen, I'm telling you, I believe what Dr. Ruppin said there. He said a brand new car ain't nothing but a rolling pile of junk looking for a place to fall apart. I found it to be so. But I tell you what I am. I'm an addict. They used to have a saying, once an addict, always an addict. Said, you're just using Jesus for a crutch. Oh boy, I need another one on the other arm there. If there was another Jesus, I'd have one on each side.